How funny is it that not too long ago, there were some astronauts, some NASA astronauts, that were allegedly stuck on the space station and they couldn't get back. And I'm pretty sure they have allegedly gotten home. Thank God the astronauts made it home from the space station that they were stuck on. Oh my goodness. That's so crazy. They were stuck on the space station. I'm surprised they were stuck. They couldn't have just walked out of the studio that they shoot that in. Give me a break, you know? It's so funny. But they have to instill that fear in people. You know, they have to instill the fear. And they have to keep this false narrative, this lie going that they are up in space, in a space station, floating around, when it's just not happening. They film this stuff from movies. We have to start looking at the truth here. We have to start looking at it. I understand that they've attached all of these things to our belief system. So now we believe this stuff and they made it look cool. So unfortunately, we've hung up pictures of Star Wars and Star Trek on our bedroom walls when we were children. And yeah, we worshiped this whole space thing that they invented and made up right in front of our eyes. Because when you buy a telescope or a camera, you can see that they've lied about everything. So I mean, it's just that simple. You know, it's so funny. I was talking to my wife's uncle last night and we were looking at the stars and I said, man, I really want to learn more about the constellations. You know, I need to learn more about them. And he said, yeah, it's so insane. You know, it's just infinite. Just the galaxies are infinite and the stars are infinite. And I was like, what do you mean the stars are infinite? And he's like, they just go on forever and ever and ever. And I said, well, that's not really true, because it's the same stars. They just spin around us. It's the same stars all the time, year after year after year. They've never changed. The stars have never changed. They've been the same stars. They spin around us. Polaris is in the middle, the North Star, and that never moves. And he said, really? They're not different stars? I said, no, that's what the constellations are. So all the constellations, you know, Virgo, Cancer, Libra, Leo, Pisces, Scorpio, all that stuff, those are the constellations above us. That's why I don't think a lot of people don't realize this. When we say we're in Virgo, that means the constellation Virgo is above us. That's what that means. It means look up and the constellation Virgo will be above you. That's what that means. It's not just like hocus pocus. Oh, we're in Virgo because a book says we are, or because, you know, the newspaper or the internet says my horoscope says we are. That's not what it means. These are the same stars, the same constellations, the same sets that have been circling around us for millennia. So people got to understand, if we were a spinning ball going millions of miles a year endlessly through space, never to return to the same place again, like they tell us, we wouldn't be seeing the same exact stars every single night, exactly where they're supposed to be, slowly rotating around us. That wouldn't happen. Polaris, the North Star, that was labeled the North Star a long time ago. That's in the dead center. That's the pole star, Polaris. They named it that for a reason, because it's in the dead center. And everything spins around it. So it's like a pole, Polaris. It goes from the star all the way down, and on the bottom, underneath the star, that is the true North Pole. That is the center of the world that we live on. That's how it works. And I was telling him that, and he was like, oh, I didn't know that. I thought they were different stars because we're just constantly going and going. And I said, yeah, well, see, we get lied to a lot. So that's not what it is, but they're the same stars. Yep. You can literally find the names of the stars and look at them and then know where they are and watch them every single night over and over. But, you know, we've been lied to. Learn the truth. Love you all. Entertainment only. Hit follow. Check my website out, withthesun33.com. From there, you can find all my socials. I'm going to be putting up a podcast soon. I'm working on it. And I'm also writing a book about everything. Truther Central book. I'm really excited. It's going to be a road to enlightenment, and it's going to be a real wake-up book. I love you all. Hit that button.